Welcome back to Same Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. In this class, I'll be sharing with you how to make a luxury beaded fringes. So that is what we are going to do in this class today. Okay, so especially for those who are starting up beading, beginners, I would love to show you what is required for your beading. Okay, for your beading, you'll be needing your fabric. Okay, so I'll just be using this fabric to represent either my dress or my sleeve or anywhere you want to bead. So whatever base you want to bead, I'll use this to demonstrate. So you need a beading base. Okay, so I'll be using this as my beading base. I believe you understand that. So after your beading base, that is where you are going to bead any kind of bead of your choice. You need your needle as well, needle and thread. So you can see I've already inserted my needle. I've already threaded my needle, and now this is the needle I use. This is how it comes. This is size 9 beading needle. Okay, so I'm using this size 9 beading needle because of the kind of bead I'm going to make use of in this tutorial. So I've already threaded it, as you can see. So the thread I use is my normal thread. Can you see that? Your normal tailoring thread. And in this threading, I have two together. Can you see? Two together. So you have to take your time and insert either one after one another, or if you can insert the two together, fine and good. But I did one after one, I inserted another one. Okay, so now I want to talk about another kind of thread you can use for your beading as well. So this is the we call it the fishing line or nylon thread. Okay, nylon thread. Can you see that? So it comes in different colors. It can come in black or white, so you choose which color that matches the kind of bead you are working with. It also come in different sizes. This is 200 meter thread. Okay, all right. So but I prefer to work with my normal thread. Okay, the normal thread does not cut easily. This one cuts easily, so I prefer to work with this. All right, so that is that about our thread. Next we want to talk about is the different kind of beads we'll be using for this tutorial. So here I'll be working with the glass bead. Okay, the glass bead is a normal bead we know. Of course, you know the glass bead, we always use it for our fringes, but that does not mean that we cannot use any other kind of bead for our fringe. So it depends on what you want. The glass bead comes in different colors. So these are the different colors of glass bead which you can get from the shop, okay, from the store. So you can see that is that for the glass bead, and that is what I'm using. Then for this glass beads, I will be showing you how to bead your fringes without a stopper, and I'll also show you how to bead with a stopper. Okay, we have different kinds of beading. You can bead your fringes. You can make your fringes with a stopper. So I will be using a sand bead. This is a sand bead, the smallest kind of bead you can find in the beading market is the sand bead. Okay, so this is called the sand bead. So I'll be using it to stop, and I'll also show you how to bead without a stopper. Then we also have different kinds of beads you can use to make fringes. It must not be the glass bead I just show you, but most of us are familiar with using the glass beads for our fringes. We can even make use of beads like this to make different kinds of fringes. We have even bigger beads like this. We can put them in different sizes and still make use of them for the fringes as well. So now we want to start off this tutorial. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be showing you different ways you can go about your beading process. So the first thing you are going to do now, after threading your needle, I've already threaded it like I said, so I'm just going to make this tutorial short. So whatever I do here, you can do as many times as possible as you wish. So I'll just go ahead and pour in the glass beads. Just want to use one color to demonstrate this. So you can also mix the colors. You can decide to get different colors and mix them at intervals as you wish. So right now we want to start up the beading right now. So like I said, you need your beading base. So whatever base you want to make, is your sleeve you want to bead, or your dress, or whatever. So I'll just use what I have right here on this piece of fabric. So at the tip of it, you just go in with your needle and thread this way. I believe you are seeing what I'm doing. The normal way you thread your needle, you knot your needle. So please be careful you don't have your thread tangling. So I just knot it this way. Okay, so I've knotted it already right now. So the next thing I'll do is to come in with my glass beads, and I'll start picking them into the needle. So as they are just inserting them, they'll just keep going. All right, so you can see that I already have this length. So like I said, I'm demonstrating to you how to go about it. So if you're a beginner and you cannot just do, pick them this way, if you cannot do this, I will advise you just take your time. Okay, you just take your time. So we have different kinds of beading needles for different beads. Okay, so don't use a bigger beading needle. So you can go ahead and get yourself a smaller one. So for this particular glass beads, you can use smaller sizes below size 9. Okay, so the sample I showed you here in this class is size 9, but that is not the needle I'm using. I'm using the smaller one for this glass bead. This size 9 is for a little more bigger bead, so it will be able to pass. So now I'll be showing you the first method. I just want to use this length. You can make it as long as you wish, but this is the length I'm using here to demonstrate this beading. So once you have gotten to the end, this is what you do. Don't stress it too much so it does not start folding. Just allow it to be the way it should be naturally. So once you are done, you just pass this to this way. I'll just pass it to the last one. Can you see? I'm zooming my camera for you to see, and I believe you saw what I did. You can see me holding this other part. So once you have done, you just pass it back to the last needle. What we are doing here is we are trying to do what? Stop this. We are trying to stop the fringe. Can you see? So like this, we have stopped this fringe. So like I said, if you are using a normal thread, is better than using the nylon thread, because the nylon thread is somehow slippery, and when you stop it, the beads might break. So this is it. Like I said, don't make these too stiff. Just allow it to flow the normal way, so at the end of the day it dangles for you. So now once I've stopped it at that point, I will also want to do what? Pass it back again into from the next one. I'll now keep passing, I'll keep passing, I'll keep passing, pass it, as you can see. So just try and be very careful your thread does not tangle at this point. So this is it, and I pass it. So then you can continue to pass if you want, but I think it's okay because we've already passed it at the last one already. So I'll now go ahead and do what? Cut off my thread from this point, just very neatly. and you see what we have on the first bead. Can you see? So now this is the first method, and I'll show you the second method with a stopper. So this method I want to show you now is the second method with a stopper. So normally if you are beading on a dress, you need to have your measurements of how many inches you want the bead. Okay, so if you want them close or you want them spaced, just come in with your tailor's chalk. But for me, I'll just use I'm using my my marker for tutorial purpose. So I'll do a 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so that's how I want it to be. So I will show you the next method with a stopper. Okay, note that what we are doing here is a tutorial. So you can see that the parts I started is the back of the dress. So if it is a sleeve and this is the front sleeve, that is where we are supposed to this is the back. So this back, I'll just push it in and get it to the front. Can you see? So once I get it to the front, then I'll just go ahead and knot. So this is the second method I'm demonstrating to you. So I just want to show you 3 methods, and you can just go ahead and bead like a pro as you wish. So I'll just knot it this way. You can see how I'm doing that. Please be careful. So I just do this. Can you see? So I've knotted it at that point. So next I'll do is to pick my beads. I'm going to pick my beads to this length I have right here. All right, so now if you are working on the fringes this way, this is the first method. So make sure that the second one is the same length, okay, before you stop. So for the stopper, like I earlier said, I'm using the sand bead to stop it. So the sand bead is actually a very tiny bead. You can get it from the store, from the market. So I'm using just one of it to stop one. That is if you are using the stopper method. So I'll just go ahead and put my sand bead. Okay, this gives it another, beautiful look. In fact, I love to stop my my beads, my fringes with a sand bead this way. So can you see? So once that is done, the next thing you do is to pass your needle to the sand bead the same way we did to the first method. And then I'm going to do what? Knots. Can you see? So once I've knotted that part, next is to also pass it from the next bead like we just did. Just keep passing, keep passing. So I just keep passing to this point, and I'll bring, in fact I like this second method. Okay, so that's why I feel like sharing the methods for you. Some people know the first method, okay, some know the second method. So but in this class I'm sharing with you all the methods you need to know. So once I've stopped it at that point, so if you want to take it to the end from that point, okay, from that point, but it's all your choice and all your time, you just go ahead and do what? And keep inserting it. So please make it not too tight, not too loose. Okay, so I'll just stop at this point, and at this point I'm very sure I have it. So I'll just cut my bead. So you see the second method. Then finally I'll be showing you the third method. So like I said, ensure they are of equal length. Okay, whatever method you are making, ensure they are of equal length. So I'll show you the third method now. For the third method, I'm going to first pick my sand bead. Okay, this is my my threaded needle. So I'm going to first pick my sand bead. So I'll just pick one. Like I said, I don't need to pour the sand bead because I just need only one for it. So I just insert it. That is the third method. Can you see? It's not attached to the dress yet. So I'll just go ahead and do this. Once I've done this, look at what I will do. I'll pass it like this, okay? And then I'll make a knot to it and secure it. Can you see? In fact, I even love this method most. Can you see? So you have your stopper already there. You have it already there. So all you need to do now is to pick all the beads, all the fringes, glass beads you need. You just pick all of them as you need them. So like I said, if you're a beginner, just do what I'm doing right here and push, okay? Just little by little, you'll be picking them and be pushing them just little by little. All right, so at this point you can see what we have. Okay, so we have it, dangling on its own. Like I said, I even prefer this method. So I'll just go to the back where I have my points. I'll just do this, bring it there. Can you see? And then you cannot, you don't even need to keep passing and passing and passing. In fact, I prefer this, and this one will also you work with less difficulty. Can you see that? Can you see? So once you've knot it and knot and knot and knot, you are good to go, and it's secured for you. Okay, so if you now wish, you can continue beading and beading and beading to the extent possible. So make sure you just cut and have a neat work done for this method. So these are the 3 methods which I want to share with you in this class, so you can see how we went about the first, second and third method. So that is how we come to the end of this tutorial, and I believe this class was helpful to you. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you once again. See you in the next class. Bye.